This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.
What's happening? Welcome to the True Buds Show, where I chill with cannabis industry guests from artists, business owners, entrepreneurs. I have a special artist here today who I'm going to talk about in a second, Sean, Netherfriends. But first I want to say thanks to the sponsor of this video, marijuanabreak.com. Solid go-to resource for anything cannabis related. I've been cooking up some edibles with them. But Netherfriends, I've been diving into your stuff, man. He is one motivational dude. For real, like you're dropping content, an album a month this year.
Album a week.
Sorry, that's what I meant. The vape got to me, man. Album a week, and then you're going on tour all 50 states next year.
Yes.
Dude. Yeah, I just downloaded his album Stoned as Fuck. Bowls also just dropped. I got mine on iTunes. Can they get it off?
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's even on Napster. I didn't even know Napster was still
You know
a
what's
thing.
funny, bro? I have that app.
Oh, cool. You can listen to all my albums. They're
Okay.
all going
dang.
up on Napster.
What's the most beneficial to you, or what's like, where do you get the best royalties, I guess?
Spotify.
So
The reason I do this, like drop so much music, is because it saved my life. Like I was really struggling as an artist, like touring all the time and not making any money. And then I started dropping an album a month in 2016 just out of desperation. I use this distribution company that lets you upload as many albums as you want per year, thinking like no one's going to take advantage of that, and I have been. And actually, like, so Spotify, when you release new music consistently, they put you on algorithmic playlists. So that's really where I generate most of my my listens are from random people looking for new music.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are like, just spoon feed me what's good, Spotify. Like, Spotify has algorithmics that are like, you like these bands? I'm going to give you these bands or these rappers or these, you know. So there's, you know, a lot of people are lazy when it comes to how they listen to music. And Spotify makes it so that I get played a lot more if I release a lot of music.
And you're probably in several different types of playlists because you drop all different types
and
of albums.
what's wild is how many people listen to my music and don't even know it's me. Because a lot of people, they're just listening to music. They're not clicking like, all right, well, let's see who's this artist. Sometimes they will, but usually people put them on playlists and then just listen to it because they like it. They don't even really dive into who is this person that's making these songs, or they think I'm a band too. That's the other funny thing.
You're the one-man band, right?
One-man band, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've been diving into a lot of your stuff, man. It's really impressive. Like,
thanks.
Just making beats like that. I'm like, dang, like,
yeah,
just hopping in, man. It's
oh yeah, definitely.
It's truly impressive. Like,
yeah, and it's all different genres too. Every album is like either a different theme or a different sound. I try to vary it as much as possible so it's not one sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. And I could get the difference. I've been diving a lot into like all your smoker stuff lately.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I was saying, you have tons, man.
Yeah,
and,
instrumental music. I did Songs for Cats recently, which is classical guitar with a purring track underneath. So, like, because cats like the sounds of themselves. I did research. Like, I did Songs for Dogs as well. And dogs like the sound of reggae and classical music. So I put them together. And that's how I made Songs for Dogs. I have sleep albums. One's called Sleep on Me. The second one's called Keep Sleeping on Me.
Are those just like really chill vibes?
Yeah, just like really ambient, just
nice.
like no vocals, just all like instrumental synths and
I'll check that out, man, because that's what I like at the end of the night. That's my go-to. Is just something really chill, mellow out.
You're going to love the next one. Well, it's not coming out next. It's 2 weeks from now. It's called Songs on the Beach, and it's just me playing ukulele on the beach. Just making stuff up, and it's just people love that stuff. I mean, just a single instrument album being released today is so unheard of, because you know most music you hear today has so many layers of different sounds, and they're, you know, it's
that's so true. Yeah, just bringing it to the
simple
basics.
And especially when I'm releasing a lot of content, it's really key to like limit yourself in what you're going to be releasing, like or in what you're going to be using to make the album, if that makes sense. Like if I was a painter and painting, I would use this painting, I'm going to use 2 colors, and it's going to be blue and white. Like, that's how I feel about the albums I make. It's like, this album's just going to have this instrument.
And that's what I was just about to ask is like, so is that your process? You just kind of start with a broad outline, like I'm going to do the ukulele, and then you kind of...
Yeah. Well, no, it was just like, I'm trying to think like recent albums. It's either I come up with an idea, like my next album is called Be Nice. And it was just the concept of like, why don't I make a bunch of songs about how everyone should be nice to each other, or be nice to yourself, or be nice to elders, be nice to the earth. So just that kind of concept. But then like with the genre of that one, I'm trying to think if there was a genre, because I don't think there was. It's sometimes I just do whatever free flow, whatever kind of like could be any genre, just as long as it's this theme, or it's just making it. That's the key to making a lot of content.
Just go with it. Don't
limitation. Like you actually okay. So here's another example I always use. Dr. Seuss made his best book, Green Eggs and Ham, because his publisher bet him he couldn't make a book with just 50 words.
Oh, damn you. I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, so like you could take that, that philosophy and put it towards anything with videos, with podcasts, it's all about the key to creating a lot of content for me is limitation and setting deadlines for yourself, like, and working your way up. Like I didn't start with an album a week, I started with an album a month. So like working my way up every year has really been like, now it's like this isn't the hardest, like I dropping music is the easy part for me. It's like everything else is the hard part.
Yeah, now you get your rhythm. It's so simple to do.
Yeah, you have your rhythm down, and
I agree with you, man, because I'm trying to do the same thing and having the deadlines of like 2 videos a week, and I've gotten better in that rhythm. I'm like, I might be able to throw some more in now. But at first, I started with 1, or I wasn't even doing 1, and then like you start working those muscles, and so you practice every day. You
practice.
You play.
Like,
No.
Lately I've just been sewing.
Okay.
Yeah, I do embroidery.
That's what you're rocking here, right?
Yeah, I make my own clothes. Like I just sew on my pants. I just draw each image. Like I'm wearing cat pants.
Dude, those are that's impressive, man.
Thanks. I only started like a year and a half ago. Just a friend showed me how to cross stitch, and then I just was like, all right, I could do this.
And now, are these like part of your merch that you sell when you're on tour and stuff?
Yeah, like I was selling hats. I went on a tour for 3.5 months, and I sold like Pickle Rick. I would draw Pickle Rick on a hat and then sew them, and then sell it at the show for like $50 or $100 just to have one hat. I didn't want to get merch made. You got to carry it around and lug out this big box of t-shirts. I'm like, I'm gonna bring 3 things to the show, and that's it.
Dope,
and they're all handmade, one of one.
Yeah,
and you can't find it anywhere else.
That's time put in it too. That's love. It's like
it's like it's an art piece that you could, it should be an investment, as they say.
Yeah,
you could probably sell it for a lot more later on.
And is that something you always did, or did you just kind of pick it up one day, like randomly?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the problem is like when you make music for a living and you don't do anything, you have to like do something else for fun. And I was so sick of looking at a screen. That's why I started painting and drawing like a few years ago too. And then I just put it to this because I'd never see anybody at a coffee shop sewing. I've never seen that. I've seen people paint, I've seen people draw, but I've never seen anybody do embroidery at a coffee shop. So I was like, why don't I start doing this? It's like painting, but with thread, and it's way less messy. And you could do it anywhere. Like I could do it right here.
Dude, I like the little pocket too.
Oh, the Netherfriends. Well, this is crazy too. It says Netherfriends on my pocket. And you know how many times people come up to me and they're like, hey, I love your pants. Where do I find you on Instagram? And I go, Netherfriends. Like, Netherfriends? I know Netherfriends. Like, I listen to you. Like, I've met for at least like 5 or 6 people since I've been here for a year that have come up to me, and it's been that interaction.
Nice, dude.
So there's a lot of people, because of releasing a lot of content, that then find the music, or then, that find out about me. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Have you sold how much would you sell a pair of pants like that for?
I did sell a pair of pants recently. How much did I sell it for? Oh, it was a homie hookup. That's the problem, is that like I pretty much just make the clothes for myself. The hats I'll sell, but like the clothes, I'm like, I don't know, because I've had my landlord was telling me I should sell them for like racks, like 2 or 3 racks. I was like, oh, whoa. I was not thinking that. So now, and then people keep sending me little clips of them at the Gucci store or some designer thing that's doing the same thing, but there's only one. There's like one stitch, not like the whole pants have all these patterns. And so I don't know. I haven't really thought about it too much.
Yeah,
It's just for fun.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
It's a hobby.
Yeah. I'd come up on one of your hats if ever you have one and you're willing. I'll buy one of those from you, bro. So
I got a bunch of those hats. Yeah,
nice, man.
I got one I was started working on right now.
Hat you're rocking right now is dope too.
Thanks. I don't make these, but I should start making straw hats.
I feel like that'd be hard.
Yeah.
It's a whole art form there, huh?
Oh yeah, there's a lady in the park who sells hats at Echo Park. She sells straw hats.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not where you got that one?
No.
Okay.
This one I got in Chicago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How do you like Chicago, man?
I love it. I went to school there. I went to Columbia College in Chicago, and I lived there like off and on for like 10 years. And then I think 2014 or 2013 is when I started making rap beats. Like I didn't listen to rap as a kid. And so like I just decided one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start listening to rap music and start making rap music because I'm so tired of rock music and playing with bands. I was just so burnt out and jaded from shows. Okay. Because I toured, like 2010 is when I went to did a 50 states tour. And I kept touring after that, and I didn't have a home for about 6 years. I would live in Chicago in the winter, and then I would keep touring after that. And it was just like I got so burnt out from all the rock bands I played with. I was just like, this is not what I want to be doing. So I started like collaborating with different rappers in Chicago because the Chicago rap scene is huge. Like, Chance the Rapper and like all of those guys.
And I listened to some of your songs with some, forgive me, I don't remember their names right now. That's all good. But there are some solid verses on some of your songs with your collaborations. Yeah, my one friend Blake Rules, I met him in Chicago, and we make kids trap albums together. Those are really popular. Like Justin Bieber sent it to, like, one of the songs is called "I Love My Mom," and it's like a trap song. It's like I don't know. It really like blows people's minds sometimes because they're like, "What is this?" Yeah, no, because I started dabbling with one of those albums. I'm trying to think the songs I listened to on it, but I was like, "This is dope," because it's like for kids. It's wholesome rap songs with trap beats, like the songs that people would be making like cooking up crack in Atlanta are the same songs that like me and my friend are making for kids, and like it's wild. That's awesome, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I forgot, I didn't even finish my sentence about so Justin Bieber sent his mom "I Love My Mom" for Mother's Day, and she tweeted it to like 3 million fans. Oh really? So like I got all these messages from my friends like, dude, Justin Bieber likes your music. Dude, that's pretty badass, man. Yeah, but I never got hit up by him, so I'm still waiting for that feature, you know? Yeah. Hey man, it's just a matter of time. The Kids Trap remix. It's crazy though how something like that like could potentially be a career changing thing. Yeah, like one tweet like could just like, I know, right? It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I try not to think about it too much. Yeah. It's just about having fun at the end of the day. Like if you're not having fun, it doesn't matter if you're making billions of dollars or you have billions of streams. It doesn't matter. It's like, real talk. Yeah, that's was the best part about focusing on releasing music, because a lot of people told me not to release a lot of music, like industry people, and like they were saying like go through the industry route, or well, they just said if I released a lot of music it would hurt me. And it did the opposite. Like, it's just wild. Like, it's like, don't listen. You got to listen to your heart, even if your brain is telling you, like, no, this is the way to do it. It's like, no, it's not. It's just, I think you're the future of it, man. Yeah, definitely. But nobody knows yet. This is like a secret. Don't tell anyone. Yeah. So what's your advice for like some upcoming musicians, and like, if you have anything, like, what would you tell? Just keep making? No, just release an album a month. I use this company called DistroKid, and I mean, the guy who owns DistroKid owns all the other distribution companies, but this one is for musicians. It's like for independent artists, and it's one flat, like, I think it's like if you're doing it as just one artist, it's like $9 a year. Shit. It's insane. Like, anybody could do this, and you could release just an album a month will really change the game. I mean, and especially for yourself, because the more you work on music, the better you're gonna get. So you're just gonna get more comfortable. And I mean, really, like, as much as people say invest in yourself, like that's the number one cliche thing, like, oh, you gotta invest in yourself. It's not about investing money, it's about investing time. Like, time is money. And so everyone's like, I got to pay for this. I got to pay for all these things. I got to get the newest gizmo that's going to make me look the greatest. And it's like, nah, it's not what it's about. It's just about your skills. And like, the skills pay the bills. That's the truth, bro. Because I've realized that too. Like with like video equipment and stuff, it's like some of my best stuff is just on my cell phone. Yeah. It's like so easy to overthink. Like, oh, I need to get a better lens and better everything. It's like, no, just pull out your cell phone and or musician, you know, just start.
You can use I use my cell phone on my Songs on the Beach album. That's how I recorded it. I recorded my Songs for Trees album. It was also on my cell phone, and I did a harmonica album. Just me walking around the streets playing a harmonica, and nobody complained. Nobody was like, "This album sucks." So, like, you can do anything you want.
Real talk, man.
Like, anything.
Your videos, though, are like, a lot of your videos are really high quality, like, visually.
Yeah, but you notice they're all one take?
But that's why I love it. I love realism, bro. That's my favorite
yeah.
thing in cinema is just, like, the long shots, the tracking shots. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's funny that nobody complains about that either. Like, I have about 100 or more videos of me walking down the street, smoking a joint, singing the song, and, like, dancing with it, and that's it. There's no cuts. It's just on like a slight slow motion, so it looks cinematic, and it's with a steady cam.
Yeah, and
that's
it. Hard to do though. Sometimes the one takes are harder.
First try. Most of those videos are first try, and we shoot a second take, and then we go, "Oh, the first one's better." It's wild. And so like there's the weirdest thing is watching the final music video while I'm still smoking the same joint that I was smoking in the video.
That's badass,
right? So it's like that.
So will you like knock out a couple videos with that videographer then in a day, or will you, or how do you usually flow?
No,
like
we
that?
usually just did one or two. He would just pull up on me. This was when I was living in Austin, Texas. I lived in Austin for 3 years. That's when I started dropping an album a month. Was 2016, and I didn't even have a computer at the time. My computer got stolen on tour, so I had to release music on like the girl I was dating at the time, her computer. I made like one of my bigger albums on her computer, Don't Be a Fuckboy. It's like
I was listening to some of that.
That's like one of my biggest songs. I made that on someone else's computer. Like just, you know, so like I didn't even have a computer to make. There's no excuses you can make.
I was just about to say.
Yeah. People make so many excuses.
Did you lose anything on your other computer?
Yeah. I lost a lot of stuff. I mean, I've lost like so much on tour. Like just people love to break into cars. It's like if you have anything in your back seat, they're gonna punch the window and grab and dash or whatever.
Yeah, what are some of your favorite cities to play in?
My favorite cities to play in? I mean, Chicago, obviously. I really like the cities that I played in Alaska, like Fairbanks, and I even played in Kodiak, which is like a small little island off like the coast of Alaska. It's where they had like, there was this contest that Walmart put together for the artist Pitbull. And then like they're like, "Hey, where do you want Pitbull to show up?" And this guy created a Facebook page for this place in Kodiak, like the only Walmart in Kodiak, and like told everyone like, "Yeah, get him to go to Kodiak." And he actually did. He went to Kodiak, even though it was like obviously like a prank.
But he still showed up.
He still showed up. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Even though it's like the furthest thing away from, you know, like the furthest place away in America that you could go. But yeah, Kodiak was really cool. And I'm trying to think other spots in Alaska. Went Homer, Denali, and then like Anchorage.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
And when you're on the road, dude, like in terms of, do you ever get harassed for weed and shit? Like when you're in states, like, have you ever had any run-ins with the cops?
Yeah. So much. You always eat your weed when you get pulled over in a state where it's illegal. That's the law.
So you only carry, you don't over carry, just keep like an eighth on you.
But yeah, I've been stopped and searched so many times, and I've been arrested once for weed. So now every time I go to Canada, they stop me. And they're like, "Why were you arrested?" And I'm like, "For weed." And they're like, "All right."
Now it's going to be even more chill, right?
Yeah, they said like, "Well, we're about to legalize it. Did you bring any with you?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Okay, you can go." But yeah,
that's a little nugget of wisdom right there, though. Always eat it.
Always eat your weed.
Don't risk it.
Definitely. Every time I've eaten my weed, they've searched the car, and then they find the bag that the weed's in, but they can't find any weed. Yeah. So
that's the truth right there, man.
Yeah, saved my life.
How many people you be going on tour with in 2020? Do you just roll?
Oh, I have no idea. So I don't even have a car. I haven't had a car in 6 years. So I was just using other people's cars or like touring with somebody else. And so this tour, I'm buying a Tesla. So I'm gonna tour all 50 states in a Tesla. Because I have a week, so I have a week in each state, because there's 52 weeks in a year. So I can spend a week in each state, and that'll give me time to make sure the car is charged up to get me from place to place.
That's badass.
So, yeah.
Dude, those cars amaze me, like the automatic features. I've actually never ridden in one. So.
I haven't either, but I'm just like, I've used so much gas in my life, and I figure, I really want to take, because when I did my 50 States project in 2010, I was so broke, and I was on food stamps, and I was homeless, just struggling. I was living out of a van, and so like I really want to take the 2020 50 States project like up a notch, you know. And I did a song in each state, so I have an album that's called 50 Songs, 50 States. But then this next year, I'm doing an album in each state. So there'll be 52 albums, or 50 albums I'll release in 2021. Because I'm not releasing any music next year. Like, ideally, I'm going to delete all my music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I own all of it. That's the best part.
So, dude, you're blowing my mind here. So
I know. So many people are sleeping on me that I'm going to delete all my music, and then I could do whatever I want with it to get people to actually hear it. Like, I could sell the songs. I could put them on vinyl only, cassette only, CD only. But, like, there's going to come a beautiful moment where I can do, like, I mean, that's, people think, like, music's up there forever. It's never going to disappear.
You're 100% right. That thought's never crossed my mind. Like, oh, they're gonna take down their.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about digital. Everything digital is not real. Like, you could get. I mean, maybe there'll be traces of it, and maybe there'll be somebody out there who will be like, "I got this album," and you know, like they could share it with everyone if they really wanted to. But there's gonna come a point where I won't need to be making money off Spotify. Like, that's how I make a living, is off Spotify. Like, I don't do anything else for money. Like, I just played a show for the first time in a year recently. But, like, other than that, like, I pay my rent with my Spotify checks. And that's, like, insane, you know? Because, like, I don't know anybody else like that in the world.
How does that break down, like, per 1,000 streams?
I don't know. I don't even question it, dude.
No,
like,
I was curious.
I know. I wish I knew. Like, I wish I knew more about it. I'm just, like, I'm being real reckless, too. You know, you're supposed to, like, have multiple streams of income. I'm just like, nah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and it's like I could start selling all my shit, but that's gonna take so much more effort than just releasing albums, because I don't even have to promote them. Like, I was off social media for almost a year, and my monthly listeners were growing. And then once I got back on social media, my monthly listeners have been declining.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I mean, it could just be like, you know, just random, but like, it's just funny that like people think Instagram has so much clout today in like society and way we interact and live and create, like that. I don't think it really, especially for music, like not that many people are clicking Instagram and being like, I got to go to Spotify now from this. Oh, he dropped an album. I got, you know,
true.
I can see the analytics and see that most of my listeners are strangers, are coming from playlists.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the way I do it, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah,
like, if something comes on, I'll be in my car, so if I'm vibing with the song, I'll screenshot it real quick because I'm driving, and then like go check it out later, like, oh, who was that artist, you know?
Yeah,
that's how I find out my new artist usually, is just,
oh, that's cool,
like you're saying, through playlists. So
yeah, definitely, that's the thing that saved me. Really did.
That's really cool. That's really cool, bro.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite project you've done, or do you have some?
I think so. I have some favorites. I mean, they're definitely like earlier on, when I wasn't doing as many albums, because now it's like I don't even remember songs I make. Like, there's so many songs I've made that I forgot I made it, and then I'll be like, I'm even sleeping on myself right now. Like, I forgot about how good this album was or how good this song was.
That's what happens when you keep cranking the amount of volume that you're doing, man. That's like,
yeah. And what's even weirder is when songs get popular and you're like, I don't even like this song. Like, it wasn't even my favorite song on the album, and this is the one that gets the most plays, you know? So it's like, I don't even know what's hot.
Yeah.
So I just
don't, like, that's my thing too. I don't overthink it. Some of the videos I've done that I'm not really the most happy about are the most popular, and I'm like,
yeah,
well, I guess it just worked that way. Like,
we're just vessels.
Yeah.
We're just vessels here to create shit. That's really, I think, at the end of the day, and it's getting that more so like that with technology getting more advanced and replacing jobs that, you know, a lot of people will have, like we'll have now. Like, think about how many, when Lyft and Uber and all this becomes self-driving, what are all these people going to do? They're going to have to create. They're going to have to figure out a way to make a living off of their own skills.
That's very true.
And not some other skill that can like help someone else, like driving.
Yeah, and that stuff's closer than I was thinking, because I had a buddy who went to Vegas. He's like, dude, I got in the first automated car I was in. He's like, there was a guy in the passenger seat making sure shit was right, but it was driving us, dropping us off on the strip. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, dude.
Yeah. It's real.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for that, just because I think people need to be more creative, and I think that's like, it makes me happier every time I make music. And like, I always try to like, whenever I have a certain feeling, like feeling insecure, I made an album about being insecure over reggaeton beats. It's like it's my third reggaeton album. But yeah, like doing, like making a, being able to capitalize off your emotions is a beautiful thing, and a lot more people should be doing that today.
Just embrace it, no matter what the emotion is.
Well, yeah, just write it down and put it to a song. Like, that's like therapy. That's why they say, like, your music is therapy. It's like, it is. You could really, and then you make a living off of it if you do it long enough.
And are talented.
Well, if you do it long enough, you get talented.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah, you think so? You think no matter what, anybody can?
Yeah, I've seen some of the worst rappers get so good at rapping in a matter of like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
It's just about how much time and how delusional you are. That's really it. And it's usually like the delusion comes from either your own thoughts or other people gassing you up. That's why like people in scenes are so funny, like any sort of rap scene or rock scene. They're like the most gassed up individuals, to the point where like they're probably not even as talented as everyone says they are, but they just are getting that love from being a part of community,
Yeah.
That's like why it exists.
Yeah, what?
Like, have you ever been like in a room full of people that all know each other and they're part of like a community, and you're like the outsider, and you're like, why are all these people acting like they're the coolest people ever? Like, that's what I feel like sometimes in like certain cities, especially when I'm like I'm the only artist that's not from the town. And I get to see, you get to see like different scenes, and like, it's like, it reminds you of like wherever you're from, but you're like, why are these people acting the way they're acting? Like, it's fun to witness.
And I imagine going to like so many, all the states like you have. I've only been to, a handful.
Yeah.
And my underlying thing is like, people for the most part, you can find the same people in basically every state, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
To a degree, but
the same type of people.
Yeah, same
like,
type.
Just remind you and make
like
you feel
you're saying,
like I love when you show up to certain cities and then you immediately make friends with somebody and you're like, oh, this is my friend in this town now.
Yeah.
And then every time you go back to the town, you see him again. Just because like you met him one time and that's it. Like now you're best friends.
Yeah.
So it's cool to like make connections like that, where you're just showing up briefly and then coming back a bunch of times.
And you think you'll be hitting up a bunch of those same towns on this next tour? Are you going to try to switch up the cities?
I don't know. That's really up to like my booking agent and how we can book it.
How did you get your booking agent? How did you find him, or he find you?
So someone actually hit me up about, he was an intern at this booking agency, APA booking agency, and he was like, hey, do you have a booking agent? I was like, no, I don't. I'm really looking for one. He's like, well, let me talk to this junior agent and see if he's interested. And this guy already listened to me on Spotify. He was like, I'm a fan of this guy. How does he not have a booking agent? And then they did a showcase or whatever where I performed. And yeah. And the second I got signed to this agency, I was like, all right, so I'm not going to tour this year. So I don't need your, but next year I'm going to go all 50 states. Can you book me a 50 states tour? And my booking agent was like, all right, that sounds good. So it's worked out.
Dude, in my mind, it's just a matter of time until like you're huge, bro.
Yeah.
It's
a very, very slow build, which is good, because like, I think the more time I spend just like, I just love, I've learned to love obscurity. They say love, like that's what I've heard, that expression, love obscurity while you can.
I like that. I don't think I've ever heard that, man. That's nice.
I mean, you just watch any interview with any celebrity and you could see like it's too stressful and it's too much like just bullshit. Like you're going to deal with a lot of nonsense that you don't want to have to deal with. And so I've been really enjoying the fact that I can do what I do at the level I'm at without having like world recognition. I don't need the recognition as long as I'm doing what I want. So
it's motivating to me, man.
Yeah.
How you're doing your passion full time, dude. Like,
oh, yeah.
To a lot of people listening and watching this, like,
yeah, you just got to sacrifice, and that's the hardest part. No one wants to sacrifice and go through the fuck shit. But like, if you do, if you're doing what you 100% want to do, then it doesn't matter. Like I just think about how broke I was and it didn't matter. I wasn't stressing because I was doing what I loved, and I was still able to do it, you know. And like, it made me work harder and harder and find like the new path that would then help me financially be able to feel like, okay, I'm in a good place. Like I'm not gonna be like, I don't have to sign up for food stamps again.
Yeah. What do you change? You wouldn't change. That's part of the journey, though. You're saying, right? You wouldn't change that if you could, or would you? Like, because that made you kind of.
It taught me so much, and like the way I perform, I learned like, so I used to perform with a band. Like I would hire different people every tour to play drums, play bass, play guitar. It was such a nightmare, right? Then eventually I learned how to use loop pedals. I was already starting to use them with a drummer, but like a loop pedal you can record live, and so I could play a guitar part, hit this button twice. Like I have to do it in rhythm. So like
I watched you doing that, man.
Skill. Like, so when I perform live, I don't use any backing tracks. There's no laptop on stage with me. It's all just like hardware, like just like a guitar, maybe a keyboard, a drum pad with different trap drum sounds that I play live with drumsticks, and just 2 loop pedals and my voice.
To me, there's something about that too. It's all right there. When I see that live, I'm like, it just brings me into it so much. I'm like, dude, this guy's going hard right now.
I know, right? And so that's like the fun part. I wouldn't have figured out how to perform live like that if I didn't go through that whole like all the touring and playing in front of people who are there to see their friends play, or there just because it's free, or like I played in front of so many people who didn't care, that I learned how to make people care and make them watch, even they're like, I don't, like that. So I think like just all that struggle of like playing in front of nobody or playing in front of people who didn't know me personally, because if you play a show in front of a crowd that knows you versus a crowd that doesn't know you, it's like night and day, That's why I'm so excited if I ever get an opportunity to open for a bigger artist, because I've played in front of, like those are the hardest shows for artists to perform, when you're opening for the Red Hot Chili Peppers or someone huge, Yeah. Everyone's there to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. No one's there to see you, but you're going to play before them. And how are you going to entertain a room full of people that are not there to see you and are excited for the next act?
And you want that challenge, you're saying, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love playing in front of like a crowd that's like, who the fuck's this guy? I've opened for like some big rappers like G Herbo.
He's dope. Yeah.
I opened for him.
Oh,
and
nice.
Like the whole audience was like staring at me like, who is this goofy guy? But by the end, people were like, yo man, you're tight. Like they usually like shaking my hand afterwards. It was really cool, like to get respect from an audience that was there to see rap. And I'm not a rapper, I make rap beats and I sing, but like just to get respect from like any type of audience is exciting. And like I wouldn't have been able to achieve that if I didn't go through all the struggle and it just teaches you so much.
True that, man.
Like every bad experience, you're going to learn something from it, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's the best way to look at it.
Yeah.
You seem like a pretty optimistic dude, man.
I mean, I wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
It's taken years. Yeah.
Did you always know you wanted to do music?
I always wanted to do music, but a lot of people told me like, oh, you're going to have to get a job, or maybe you should do something else.
What was the tipping point when you're like, I'm doing this full time, all in?
2010, when I did the 50 States tour.
And
like
what made you, was there a reason, what was the final like catalyst?
I played a festival that year in Chicago, Pitchfork Festival.
Okay.
And it was like huge. It was before festivals really started becoming like everywhere. Everyone has a festival now. But like Chicago only had like Lollapalooza and Pitchfork. They didn't even have any other fest. Now they have so many fests. But so it was like a really big deal. And I had this feeling like, oh wow, and people were saying, dude, you're about to blow up. So I was like, all right, I'm quitting my job. I'm going to go on this tour. So and then nothing really happened. It was kind of just like, yeah.
Hey, but you stuck with it, bro.
But I stuck with it, yeah.
Like,
you can't quit.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I just a lot of delusional behavior and just continuing and then just learning and growing, and definitely like I think just setting up projects for yourself is really the fun, exciting part about it, that everyone should be doing, just creating your own little projects.
That's why I got excited about this and have been, because I've been doing them on Mondays. I'm like going to bed on Sunday night. I'm like, yeah, I got a podcast tomorrow.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Got Netherfriends here tomorrow. Like, it's going to be a good day, so this gets me excited. It's like, so I totally feel what you're saying on that level, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what you smoking on, man? What's your favorite smoke these days?
So I've been going to a weed flea market every Thursday. And
Where's that?
It changes locations. It's called Terp Market, but they have mostly OG,
Okay.
And then every so often, like I when I first moved here, I only wanted to smoke sativa. Like I was a very big sativa guy, and now it's like all they have is OG and cookies. Like that's every single vendor. There's like maybe like 20 or 30 vendors sometimes in this place. And so like that is, I'm smoking a lot of OG lately, but then there's this like, oh, ever so often there's somebody with like Jack Herrera or Trainwreck.
I love Jack Herrera.
You know that smell? That like Jack and like Trainwreck, and like it's just like I want a cologne of that. It's like a fruity kind of citrusy smell.
Like fresh.
Yeah, it's like fresh. I don't even know. I can't even articulate the smell, but like every so often somebody has like a jar of that, and it's so good. It just tastes amazing. And you mix it with like mimosa. Have you ever smoked mimosa? It's like a hybrid.
No.
It's like the most orange hair weed I've ever seen in my life.
Get some of that.
Yeah, it's so good.
So they just have like different booths set up at the flea. Because
yeah, it's
this sounds fun,
vendors.
bro. I didn't know this.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. It's every Thursday if you want to go. They have one on Sunday that's not as like it's in Melrose usually, or downtown, like in Hollywood. But the Sunday one, they don't have as many vendors, but Thursday is great.
Thursday solid.
Thursday is the best day. It's like from free dabs too. Yeah.
Oh dang.
Yeah, and they have edibles. They have like a booth that sells seeds. What else do they have? Like CBD products.
I don't know how I'm so happy to hear this. I'm definitely gonna hit it up.
I know.
Like,
I've been going for a year because I'm so tired of paying for store prices and just like all the tax.
Yeah.
So this is like a trap market. It's crazy, but it's definitely the most diverse. Like just there's people who go there just to buy like eighths, like me. Like I don't go there to buy that much.
What do they charge for like an eighth?
So you can get like 4 grams for $20. So
of
like,
that OG and shit you're talking about?
Yeah, it depends. Like I feel like prices are fluctuating right now, so they've been going up a little bit. But sometimes, I mean, we got like the quarter we got for $40. Yeah,
Dang,
we got a quarter
solid.
for $40, and that was really good.
I'll have to let Chris, who was on this podcast, know about that because he grows his own stuff and he sells us some. Like he's trying to sell it, and he told me about a weed church in like Redondo Beach, which I'd never heard of before.
Oh, no,
and now I'm hearing about a flea market. I'm like, dude, I'm happy this podcast is going down.
Yeah, I was outside of a rap show and I was smoking a joint with a friend, and I just had this like new rule. I was like, I need to pass my joint to somebody else, just to be that guy that's like, hey man, you want to hit this joint? And I passed it to this dude, and we started talking, and he told me he worked at this weed flea market. That was like last October, so I've been going since October.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for that little tip right there.
I know, right?
With like passing a joint too, it's funny. Like once one person initiates that, if you're with a group, I feel like everybody else starts rotating their stuff. It's how the session starts. I feel like.
Yeah.
But that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Do you do edibles at all?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The edibles at Turp Market are not that great. Oh no, that's a lie. The pot sticks are good.
Pot sticks,
like pretzel sticks.
Oh shit.
But yeah, they're how much is the whole bag? Like 500 or 150 milligrams for the whole bag, and they're like $10.
Oh, that's not bad.
They have like weed Cheetos. Yeah.
See, my thing with a lot of edibles these days, I just want to take like the least amount, so I don't have to eat like a whole brownie or cookie.
That's how I am, but it's so hard. It's so hard to find strong edibles in LA that are small like that.
I got a couple good ones for you. I'd recommend. I mean, they're through shops. It sounds like you go to the flea market though, but like the Level blends, they're little pills.
I know those. Yeah,
those are legit.
Those
the Absolute Extract pills are solid. Cushy Punch gummies are pretty good, but like
I've had a Cushy Punch.
I've just kind of tinctures are good too. Like
I like the tincture.
But
yeah, I've had the one from MedMen, like the Papa Barkley.
Yeah. I think Mary's Medicinal makes those.
Yeah.
I think they're in team with Elite California, who's also does some too. I've had some of theirs. Their nighttime's nice. Has some, I think it's a 4-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
So.
That's how. Yeah, I think that's the one we've had.
Yeah, those are nice.
Yeah, they're really good.
So also you don't smoke. So you only smoke flower.
Yeah.
Which is bad. You do dabs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Because it comes from so just no vape then.
Yeah, I just stopped doing the vape. I don't know. I just and it wasn't like I heard recently like people are dying from vapes, but like
it's a big thing right now.
Yeah, this was way before that. This was just like you know what? I'm gonna just stick with flower. I don't know what it was. It was like a big moment for me where I was like, and I couldn't tell you why. It was just like this. I just like weed.
I've gone on spurts like that too. I've been on the vape kick lately, but
Yeah.
like I'm just like it's just not the same. It doesn't.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that I never feel like it lasts as long or is as potent as smoking. I don't know.
And
what
the
it
flavor.
is. Yeah.
It's hard to ever. So what's your favorite? I know you did a joints album. So is
Yes.
joints your favorite method?
Yeah.
You've done a bowl.
I did bowls.
You did bowls
bongs. I'm gonna have a dab album coming out soon. What else did I do? I did 420 album and then the weed album. So,
Highly recommend everybody go check these out. Seriously, like the best. Like I was saying, stoned as fuck. I was bumping on the way here, smoking a little vape. I was playing it last night. Like chill albums, roll up to, you know, kick it with your friends, whether you're chilling solo or not. Like just for me, like I don't know. It almost has like I really like the Devin a Dude vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know it's a different thing going on, but like that's somebody I like to just lay back and chill and smoke to, and that's why I love like all your smoke music, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love that. I decided this year I was like, because last year I didn't sing about weed at all. I made like a rule for myself I wasn't gonna mention, because I like singing about weed a lot. It's an easy go-to. It's what I do every day. So I'm like, oh, this rhymes with weed. Like some way I can. So I feel like every song I'm like, I gotta say something about weed in this song, just because like I don't hear it enough. Like there's not a lot of songs about. I mean, there are a lot of songs about weed, but there aren't as many as there should be. There should be so many more songs about smoking.
Yeah, like
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just also want to be that person to prove that weed doesn't make you lazy, and that if you're lazy, weed's gonna make you lazy. Like it's not one of those.
I'm on
things
that level with you, bro.
I'm not a lazy person. I smoke weed every day, so like I definitely want to like be that person, like prove to everybody, like, hey, like stop saying that weed makes you lazy.
And that's what I want to do with True Buds and this whole podcast too.
Yeah,
is because like, yeah, man, everybody's got their own level. Like, so do you usually smoke all day, every day, or do you like to?
No, I usually wait till I even have a song about it. I usually wait till about 4 or 5.
Oh, that's right. I think that's.
I don't smoke till 4:20. Yeah, that was like my big thing when I first moved to LA. So
props.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the same way. I try to do it at night, except
but, every so often there's a day where you're like, I need to smoke early.
you gotta.
Just one of those.
Yeah.
Every once in a blue moon, but I don't make it a habit to be like I don't like waking up and being like, first thing I got to do is hit the bowl. I haven't.
I'll cash out too early, bro. If I do that,
that's the other thing. You waste so much weed smoking early. If you smoke early, you're just gonna smoke all day. So why not start? That's what's funny. Like I feel like a lot of people will see me smoke at night. Like if I have people over on Friday to celebrate the new album, and then we're smoking, and they're like amazed that I'm still smoking. And I'm like, well, I just started like right before you got here. It wasn't like I was doing this all. The people just think.
Don't you have a song about that as well? Like last one.
Last one with the joint. Yeah, I'm always the last one with the joint, and everybody's like, man, you got me too high. Like everyone's complaining about that. Number one complaint I hear.
That's a good complaint right
You got
there.
me too stoned. Got me too stoned. My booking agent always got me too stoned. We were trying to get him to do dabs.
Dude, dabs, I rarely do them, so they just rock my
Yeah.
fucking world, dude.
Yeah, see at Turp Market, they're free, so I was like doing 5 in one night, and that was just not that was not a good idea. It's not. I survived. You can't die from weed. That's the beauty of weed.
Yeah.
People really like abuse alcohol, thinking they can't die from it.
N-
But I feel like weed, you could abuse. And
Yeah, I've had when I made some homemade edibles, I've had those times
Yeah.
where I'm like, dude, I took way too much, but I'm still all cool. I came out, like you
survived.
said.
You might have thought you were gonna die.
I learned something that night.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, the edible, the overdose of the edible is real.
Oh, yeah.
You can really do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for me with the homemade stuff, It's
Yeah, where you don't know how much you're eating. That's the scariest. I think that's why I don't get high off edibles. I've had one bad experience with edibles, and now I'm like always like, okay, I'm gonna take this slow. I'm gonna eat a little piece.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to try this big piece just in case. And I'm like, so I'm going to start just in case it's not as strong as I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. I love edibles, man. They're so fucking.
Yeah, I wish I ate more of them. I don't eat them enough.
I eat them a lot, and I need to eat more.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I like them at the end of the night though. Just like
yeah,
like a little indica. I don't need a whole lot. I'll take like 20 milligrams or so of an indica, maybe take a couple puffs.
And
Listen to some ambient music.
What's your go-to? Like, you like those the what are they called again?
The level blends, the
level
pro tabs.
blends, yeah.
Yeah, they're solid at night. I do like some. Their indica ones are good. I have been doing some Sensi chews lately. They have it's kind of like a Chiba Chew, if you've heard of those. It's like a Tootsie Roll flavor.
Oh yeah.
But Sensi Chew has like an indica. They have a nighttime, and they have a nighttime plus, or I think it's insomnia plus actually, which I just got for the first time.
Your face.
Yeah, they mix it. There's some melatonin in there. So that was interesting. I took like 20-30 milligrams of that, and it was chill, like nice night's sleep, relax, listen to some ambient tunes. But yeah, I never thought of mixing melatonin before with weed.
Yeah.
So I actually bought some melatonin pills to fuck with it, because I've never really taken melatonin.
Yeah.
Just a couple times here and there, just to dabble, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I had a hard time going to sleep, because I never have to wake up early. Like, I can't remember the last time I had to get up early for something. Maybe a flight.
Yeah.
That's probably the last time, but I don't remember.
Hey man,
So that's good. It's been, yeah, I know that's what's like. Indica is I smoke a lot of it at night, so it definitely.
So you're
helps
more of a
with
night
sleep.
owl as well, like myself.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like stay up. I don't know. Sometimes I go to sleep really early though, so I can't say I'm a night owl. I just don't.
Just on your own
really-
clock, huh?
I really am on my own. It's a very scary lifestyle
Well,
where you don't know, like, what day is it?
that's an awesome life. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
absolute freedom though, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah, you'd think it's like a Twilight Zone episode where everyone around you is too busy and you're the only one like, hey, you want to hang out?
That's what happened on my last shroom trip, which is probably like fucking 5 years ago. I was sitting at the park with my buddy, and we were just watching all the cars race by, and I kind of had that same thought. I'm like, dude, like, everybody's doing some crazy stuff, moving around this world crazy, and we're just kind of.
I just had this conversation. Yeah, I was eating. So they have shrooms at the Turp Market too, and I was microdosing shrooms like every day for like a good almost a month.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you do it in tea or how?
No, I just eat like a little piece every day at a certain point, just like whenever I was like, all right, this would be a good time, and eat it with a little bit of food. And then
So it was like a nice level. It was never like a
felt like an
trip or-
edible.
Okay. Oh, nice.
It feels like an edible. That feels like the first time you've ever smoked weed. But it doesn't, you're not like nothing crazy. True.
Yeah.
I've never experienced like insane visuals from it, but just
Puts it on a nice
apparently it
level.
makes you more creative, makes you more productive. It's just like a little, like people in Silicon Valley are all about microdosing psychedelics to help productivity.
Okay.
It's like really big
Yeah,
right
I think
now.
I think it'll become more and more of a thing, or it already is. But
It
like,
is, but yeah, it'll
be more accepted, I guess I should say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine what the world would be like if weed and shrooms were legal in America. I think that's when, like the technology comes too advanced, and now all the jobs are taken away, and now everyone has to take shrooms and make albums like me.
Have you done a shroom album?
No, not yet. I want to.
Dude, that would be dope.
I made one on about acid, but I didn't want to release it because I don't really like acid that much.
I've never done acid.
It's
Everybody's like, what?
It's like it's exactly like shrooms. It's man-made shrooms. It's the same thing.
And is that why you don't like it? It just is man-made? Or?
No, it's just I mean, acid is usually cut with other things. It just has like a more of like I've never done speed, but I guess like acid is usually cut with some sort of speed, or it has like I don't know. There's something about acid versus shrooms where I feel like I've had too much coffee when I've had like a little sliver of an acid tab.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. The first time and only time I've ever done a full hit of acid, I really think it shifted my thoughts to like a place where that's when I started, right before I left for the 50 States tour. That's when I fell in love with jazz, and then realized rap is modern day jazz. And I feel like that, like they say like Steve Jobs took acid, and like that they say that might be why he came up with like there's all these creatives that are coming out and saying, or all these like innovators that are coming out and saying like they've done psychedelics. Carl Sagan smoked a lot of weed, and he was like, huge in astronomy.
You think that's just because they had to kind of suppress it in the society before? Now they can just be more open, like, oh.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I know Jobs isn't here, but
like Carl Sagan didn't tell the public he was a stoner, He told his friends, but he tried to get all of his friends to smoke weed, but he didn't tell the public because they would have then like he would then been labeled a stoner, and they wouldn't have taken him seriously as an astronomer.
Makes sense. Do you ever have people, like, when you're on your shows or on tour or anything, do you ever have people like throw
weed?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're doing especially when you're rocking out with a weed song.
That's the other reason why I started singing about weed all the time, because people would skip me or not even think I smoked. So I was like, I better make more songs about weed. So now everybody knows I smoke.
Everybody's like, what's up? Let's
let's
get
smoke.
down.
Yeah. So that's been good. Yeah, because I couldn't afford weed when I first started touring and like doing music full time. I would be that guy that's like always smoking other people's weed.
It's expensive, man.
Oh yeah.
Do you smoke before your shows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It gets you in the right zone there.
Yeah, last time I played a show, I was on shrooms too. It was pretty crazy. I was like, yeah.
And how is that for you? Does the time seem to just fly by when you're done with your set? Like,
With with weed or with
shrooms? No, just in general. Like when you're playing to a live audience, like, does it?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it felt. I only had to play for like 35 minutes, so 35 minutes is not a long time.
What would you consider a long set?
Probably an hour. If someone made me play an hour, I would then be like, oh, this is taking forever. How many songs do I got to play? So yeah.
And do you have those planned out ahead of time, or do you just go with the flow? Like, do you have of the songs you're gonna play for? Say it was a 35-minute set.
Do I have? Oh yeah. So I just, Spotify tells you all of my top played songs. So I just play all of those.
You play all those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I'll play some that I just like to play, but most of them are the hits. So that
Okay.
way people are like, I know this song.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I do right now. I would love to do a tour where I just play like a new album that I haven't recorded yet. I mean, it'd be kind of annoying to people because they'd be like, they just want to hear the hits.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's funny about live music, is that people are there to see the artist. They're paying to like see. My friend said live music today is like the porn star coming to the strip club. You're like paying to see the porn star. You know, that's all you want to see. You're not there to be at the strip club. So like that's how I feel with live music. It's like you're just there to be there, and people will pay to see you there. And like, because a lot of live music is not live music. It's just backing track, pre-recorded with the vocal on it, like, and then someone rapping over it.
See, and that's kind of the reason why for me it's hard to get into some EDM. Not hating, it's its own thing, you know. But I go to concerts and I can only do about an hour, man. I know a lot of people will probably hate on me for saying this, but like it's just not. That's why I love what you do, and like with you looping tracks and stuff, it's there, it's in the moment, you feel it's being produced.
Yeah.
By
there's actual performance.
Yeah.
Not to say that pressing spacebar and moving some knobs isn't performance, but there's a little added level of musicality that people don't really care about anymore, which is like, I understand it, because we're living in this digital world. Like we get all of our entertainment from a cellular device. So like, why is live music even a thing other than just to see your favorite artist and to flex? It's really just about this shit, you know, with the phone.
Yeah.
Like people showing everybody like, look where I am. That's really it at the end of the day.
I was joking around about that with my girl. I was like, I think some people just like go do some crazy shit, you know, just like, let's go do this just for the IG shot.
Definitely. The gram.
Yeah, that's it.
Flexing for the gram.
And that's what I feel like too, honestly, when I'm on when I'm like, I haven't been posting that much lately, but like when I am posting a lot, I'm like, I don't know, I feel kind of like I'm doing that.
Slimy, right?
Yeah, I feel weird. That's why I've kind of fallen back. That's why I love YouTube. I love video and everything. That's kind of just what I enjoy doing. That's my focus. But
there's a lot of superficial elements to social media that you won't find maybe as much on YouTube or on Spotify or other, because they're like way more geared for a specific skill.
That's true.
And Instagram, the skill is, how good does this picture or video look? Is it entertaining me for the 2 seconds that I'm scrolling or whatever, you know? Like,
yeah.
Or looking at I don't know what people look at.
Yeah, I guess I have posted a couple stories recently, and like that's been cool because I've had like some interaction on those.
Yeah.
But like I've just been trying to fix my mind state on it, because before I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm trying to be an optimist about it, find like the good in it.
I know,
but
that's
like,
where I'm trying to, I think everybody's trying to find it. But for me, it's funny because I know where my audience is, and it's not on Instagram. So it's like, why am I on here other than the fact that everyone's on here? But and then it's the funny thing to think about is how many people are thinking the same thoughts, like, I need to be on here because everyone's on here.
Yeah.
So
It's
and your posts don't get you paid. Like, how?
Yeah, unless you're some crazy influencer.
No, even those people are working shitty jobs. Like, there's plenty of people who are super clout like level, and they're still working jobs they hate. Like, their posts aren't paying them for their rent.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day. So like, I try to remind myself that when it comes to like, maybe I don't have a lot of clout on these platforms, but this is not my lane. This is just like an added thing that if I want to be part of the spectacle, whatever everyone's talking about, I could, try to get, but it's not
And it
necessary.
consumes like your time and your,
it
consumes your thoughts, your time. And it's like,
I know, right?
I'm trying to tailor something to it that's like, but I just need that's me overthinking though. I say hop in and do it more, but it's like, dude, like.
Yeah, and if it's not really your passion, like, it's not worth doing.
Yeah.
So it's so tough for me to like keep posting, because I'm like, well, I have no passion in this, but and this isn't equating to anything really, like, other than people hitting a button going, or hitting their phone going, I like this, or typing, looks good.
Yeah, that's true. And that was crazy what you're saying about the carryover too, in terms of the analytics. Like,
yeah. If I saw that a lot of people were clicking my album links, then I would keep posting, or be like, oh, this is working. But I can tell how many people are clicking and going over to Spotify, where
Spotify is the best for you, where you're gonna get even over iTunes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they pay like
that's why I went through iTunes. I thought it would be a little better for you. So
I'm sure I
show some love.
Yeah, I'll get some money. But how many people are buying music today? Not that many people.
Yeah, that's true, man.
So it's the number one streaming service in the world is Spotify right now, and Tidal and Apple apparently pay artists better, right? Like they pay a bigger percent for the songs, but that doesn't equate. It doesn't really. They don't have as many streamers as.
Yeah, that makes
Spotify.
perfect sense, man. For real though.
So
yeah, go get that album on Spotify, and for real, go on his YouTube channel, the Netherfriends YouTube channel. For those of you who are watching this, I'll put it in the link below on this YouTube video, and go down, click that, subscribe, because like I said, his one take videos that we were talking about earlier, man, that's epic to me.
Oh, you like them?
Yeah, it's that realism, like, and especially the fact that you said it's just the first take.
Yeah,
it's like that Clint Eastwood swag. One and done, let's go. Like,
I just saw a lot of music videos that were just like half-assed one-take videos that have millions and millions of plays, and I was like, well, it's clearly not about the visual, it's just about the audio, about the music, about the song. And then it's also like everyone wants to see the artist who made the song. So there it is. Like, that's it was just super real
to me, man. That's why I love your music. That's why, like, this is my first time meeting you, but we've been talking for a little bit, but that's why I think I was attracted to your music, man. And just because you keep it real and you can tell.
I got to make more videos. I've been really lacking on the videos lately, because it's just, again, it was like one of those things where like, it's not equating to the Spotify.
Well, maybe we can collaborate, man. Cause I mean, like, I'm a decent cinematographer. I shoot all my own stuff. I've shot for my brother, many other people. So
cool.
Maybe we can collaborate.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I did just sell my Steadicam because, like, dude, I'm not using this that much.
Oh yeah, she has a gimbal.
Nice. Yeah, I'm down to collab on that, man.
Yeah, we just have to figure out how to do like the slow, like slightly slow motion. Like that cinematic where you speed up the song a little percent, and then because
I can probably do that on the I can probably do that on the back end.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah. So where should anybody come find you? I know I've kind of thrown a bunch out, but anything?
Look up Netherfriends. I don't know wherever you look at things, there's lots of things out there. And then I'm going to all 50 states next year, so I'm going to play a show in each state. I really need people to bring weed. It's gonna be so scary. Like that's the one thing I've been stressing about is like how I'm gonna smoke weed in all 50 states.
Oh shit! Bring weed when you come see the show.
Yeah,
alright?
don't roll it up. I don't need you to roll up your joint. You know, you know how many shitty joints I get handed? They're like, "Hey man, here you go."
What is this thing?
Yeah, I know. Like,
what kind of just so you can see what you're getting into. Like,
yeah,
but yeah, bring the weed on the tour, man.
definitely.
And then that's what's up too. And I definitely want to know more about that too. I'll keep in touch with you, and I'll make a video on my page, kind of keep people up to date. Because I know I have a lot of people watching this in Texas, Kansas, East Coast as well. So I'll kind of keep everybody in the loop there, as well as this LA area as well. But yeah, man, thanks again for stopping by today, bro.
Of course. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hopefully this is the first of more to come, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And really appreciate you taking your time today.
Of course.
And also, once again, thanks to marijuanabreak.com for just keeping it chill and sponsoring this podcast, guys.
This is True Buds, that Mary Jane. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis, business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.